Okay, so now it's time to begin Paradiso, a Remembrance of Time. Now, if you look carefully, well, we don't even really need to look carefully, the blocks on which Bayonetta is standing, in the stage map, read Bayo, which is pretty much the closest abbreviation we can do for Bayonetta. So the music in this chapter is Paradiso, Graveyard of Time's Memories.
My dear, sweet child, fear not, for I am watching over you.
So basically, the whole point of this chapter is that this is where we're in Paradiso now, so we're totally in the place where the angels live. And essentially what's happening in the story is that times and things that have had a significant impact upon the Trinity of Realities are remembered here. But essentially this and chapter 10 are basically just reusing assets. It's basically done to kind of reduce workloads, and they've done it in other games as well. Did it in Devil May Cry, because you return to the castle after getting through the Colosseum, and there's a stage in a mirror, so you're just flipping data. Stage 5, Beautiful Joe is a nighttime version of Stage 2. In Okami, Hana Valor is flipped, and it's used to fight the Water Dragon, and also the collision data for Sasa Sanctuary is used as it is in the Dragon Temple. Or, well, I can't remember what the place is called, but you get the picture. Normally, kind of reusing assets is kind of a troublesome thing, because obviously it's easily noticeable, and people don't really like it. But what they've tried to do is kind of connect the fragments together, so it seems a bit more like a stage made from scratch, even if it is just reused assets. Also, this is the last chapter where we're going to get a weapon. It's also one of, if not the most helpful weapon for getting high combo scores in the game, because there's a glitch that you can perform with it. Unfortunately, I am incapable, well, I struggle at performing said glitch, but I don't need to do well. Now, basically, you've got two walls either side. Generally, kind of, if it's all got cracks on it, you can break through. And also, we have an Alfheim already. Yeah, there's quite a few Alfheims in this stage and the next one, so you do need to kind of keep an eye out for them. Now, one thing that I should point out is that there was a low-priced re-release of Bayonetta in Japan in, I think it was February 2010. But it wasn't just a basic re-release, they did include a trailer collection. So every trailer that was ever released for Bayonetta, and also developer diaries that they did for the Western promotion, which cost a heck of a lot of money, and were actually shot in England apparently, so come on England. Also, the packaging, the packaging, so it was reversible, and on the back there was an original piece by Adam Hughes. Basically, Hashimoto is a big fan of Adam Hughes. He wanted to do something different for the re-release, and that's what they did. Unfortunately, we never got that, but oh well. And kind of on that subject, there is literally kind of only one thing that I feel that Bayonetta is missing, and that is like theatre mode. Because basically there have been many times when I've wanted to record the cutscenes for a variety of reasons, and the only way that I can get the cutscenes is to replay through the chapters, which is especially infuriating when you've got things that you've got to get through the entire chapter before you can get to the cutscene. And kind of a theatre mode would have just helped out with that. Also the fact that Bayonetta's cutscenes are just fantastic to watch anyway. A theatre mode would have been very, very appreciated, and I do hope that they include one in Bayonetta 2. I am loving the extent of my combo in this Alpine. It's going quite spectacularly. I was expecting it to go nearly so well. Probably not going to keep that, because lots and lots of enemies. It's never going to end well. Now, something that I've kind of never really made use of, particularly because it's very, very slight, but when you go into Battle Within, you can move ever so slightly with the left stick, which, if the bats hit the enemy, then you can cause some slight damage, which is very, very great. Also, I'm so disappointed that I didn't get a platinum on that verse. I thought I was doing really, really well. Clearly not. Now, if we go all the way to the other end of the plaza, we get our first record piece. One thing that I will kind of point out is that I believe when I first played through Bayonetta, I was able to get all of the weapons apart from this one on my first run. Basically, they did try to put all of the chests with the record pieces in easy to find locations, but I think in this particular chapter it was just a little fiendish. Also because it's a slightly difficult chapter. I think a lot of people kind of didn't try exploring because they just wanted to get through it without dying. Also, one of the pieces, there's kind of no indication that it's there. It's the last piece of the weapon. I'll point out kind of, well, you'll see where everything is, but it's the only one where there's kind of no indication that there could be something there. Now, it's a very good idea to equip Odette at this point. You can just use Beast Within, but definitely go with Odette, because Odette's actually faster, I think. Essentially what you need to do is get into Witch Time and murder the angels, if you can. Essentially all you really need to do is just get some combo points. You don't need to kind of do phenomenally well on them, but you do need to just try and keep attacking them without getting caught by the ball there. Essentially, it keeps at a exciting distance no matter what. So if you get a bit too far away from it, it will accelerate and catch up. Also, if it catches up with you, then you'll get a slightly unique game over. That actually was I think Shibata-san's idea. Kind of reminiscent of Indiana Jones, although quite how much that particular bit is a reference, I don't know, but either way. Now, off in the distance you can see the angels flying. Now those aren't actually 3D models in the slightest. They're actually just pre-rendered sprites of flying infinities which were added as kind of an effect. They're completely flat. But it does look very effective, and because they are kind of so far away, you don't really notice. And we've lost our key. Great. Now, at this point, you are going to have to be quite careful with the chests, because essentially, the second you open the chest, an enemy's going to come flying out at you. So you're going to want to try and get them from a distance, but the enemy attacks the second they come out of the chest. So do be careful. And you do need to kill these enemies to get through, because they hold the key. I should also point out that the big bull that's trying to kill us, it's programmed to attack around Bayonetta, mostly. And if you get into a kind of tight corridor type area, then it won't attack. As you'll see when we go for the chest that's in the treed. No, we've already been for the one in the treed area, but you saw there that it just doesn't appear. Also, I'm pretty sure that it doesn't matter which chest you open, you will always have a Grace and a Glory, and the last one that we have to face off against is, I believe, a Fairness. Yes, indeed it is. So now, so far throughout this chapter we've had Clock Tower from the Record of Time, the Plaza from chapter 2, we've had the Snake Bridge, I guess, from chapter 5, and now we're back in the place where, in the other plaza, where we oh no, the first plaza was from chapter 1, this one's from chapter 2. So all of the fragments kind of work together, which is just something that I find great. I always like it when it's just the fact that the world is kind of so well crafted that it just fits together really nicely. And here we have the Halo platforms, which are quite difficult to see because the background is yellow. There's not a whole lot you can do about it. But yeah, Community-san did worry a bit about including them, because it is slightly tough to judge distance in 3D. I will point out, especially on these Halos, because they are slightly difficult to see. But he included them anyway, because, you know, what good's anything without a bit of challenge? So, yeah, we've just got to cross over these. And, get another broken witch heart, which is very, very nice. And over here we have, the next verse, which, oh. Yeah, I am not having Gaze of Despair equipped for this one. Just gonna go with, Evil Harvest Rosary. Probably not even a good idea to do that, but, oh well. Here we have the kinship. Because, you know, ship. Great pun. Now, the kinships throw a lot of attacks at you from far away, so they can be a bit of a pain to defeat. Also, I'm just really no good at fighting them. Essentially, kind of what you need to do is get up onto their backs as soon as possible and attack their weak point for massive damage. Now, the annoying thing is that, well, basically they don't... That one doesn't move, that one's just stationary, but this one does move. Originally they were just going to have static kinships in this chapter, but they did have moving and non-moving ones, and it was only kind of during the final checks that they realised that the moving ones appeared in kind of the extra chapter that you can unlock. It's very difficult, and you do need to do a lot to get it, but they realised they had that there, so they decided to include it here as well. Yeah, I dislike kinships a lot. Also, we have another Alfheim that we can get if we just fly all the way over. Now, you can get here with Beast Within, you've just got to kill the kinship, or the moving kinship, in the right position. But just get Crow Within. It's just so much easier. And yeah, we have to face Jean in an Alfheim. So it's particularly helpful if you do have Evil Harvest Rosary in here, because it does just make it easier. It is going to lower your combo score, but oh well. Oh yeah. So we've done that now. Might as well go up. Well, as soon as we've left the Alfheim, go up that thing and move on with the chapter.